right, time for a sponsor spotlight. We're just thrilled to have Hafiz Rahman. Did I say that even close to right?
Hafiz Rahman is good.
Hafiz Rahman. He is the Associate Dean at the School of Business and Economics at Thompson Rivers University. It's a real pleasure to have you here with us today, sir.
Pleasure to be here.
Now, we're going to spend a little bit of time finding out about why the TRU School of Business and Economics is so highly regarded. I know there's lots of things of which you're proud. We'll talk about some of those. But I would like to start our conversation by finding out about the attraction for the School of Business and Economics to sponsor an event like our Art of Business Fast Pitch competition. What is it that's appealing of this format to you?
Well, first of all, the School of Business and Economics is the premier business education institution in the interior. And business events and business competitions such as this one is of natural interest because our students compete in business competitions, and we are teaching students how to be innovative. Even if they go to work for companies, if they are good business executives, they need to be innovative. And so pitching for an idea doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing it in order to establish their own business, but sometimes, and most often probably, in order to advance the company that they're working for.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, that innovation, especially in today's agile global marketplace, you'd better be ready to adjust on the go. And the opportunity to present in front of a live audience and in front of some live, real-world, tested business people has got to be a very unique opportunity for them.
Yes, it would be. And that's why the school is, decided that we would like to sponsor.
Well, we're very pleased to have you on board, and we know it's going to be a terrific day. The Fast Pitch competition, we want to remind you, happening Saturday, March the 5th, Center Court at Aberdeen Mall. Murray Young, the Dean of the School of Business and Economics, is going to be introducing our judges and helping us keep that day going. Get your tickets now at race2million.ca. Only 60 seats available for that. So let's shift focus, Hafiz, to talk about the School of Business. Now, I was quite shocked when I found out the percentage of the overall Thompson River University student body that is involved with the School of Business. I think that people in our area might be equally surprised to know what a wide net it casts over the student body.
Yeah, it does. Fortunately for us, business education has become popular. But also, the School of Business and Economics provides a very flexible program with wide range of choices. And we have great faculty and resources to, support the business education that we provide. We have a large number of programs to select from. Certificates and diplomas and degrees, and going all the way up to post-baccalaureate diplomas and topping it up with an MBA.
Unbelievable. The words of praise that come from the business community for graduates of the Thompson Rivers University School of Business and Economics graduates, really just they can't speak highly enough about the training they get and the capabilities that they have when they enter the real world workforce. Let's talk for a moment perhaps to some of our high school students who are considering a career in business. What kind of guidance, what kind of counseling would you give to, perhaps a grade 11, grade 12 student who's thinking, business, pretty cool concept. How would you counsel them on keeping as many doors open as possible?
Well, first of all, to begin with, the business program, if I may use the BBA, the Bachelor of Business Administration, as an example, because that's the most popular program that we offer. It has the first 2 years, or what we call lower level, has a wide range of courses that students need to take. In addition to some of the core courses that are required for BBA, such as economics and statistics and some computing and accounting, what they are also required to do is to take courses from humanities, sciences, social sciences. So what that does is provide the student with a wide base on which they build their upper level specialization. So a student who might find that along with marketing they want to do a minor in journalism, we even have provision for something like that. The school offers programs for minors for other faculties and disciplines. For instance, the school has a program which is like minor in management, which is offered to science and arts students. A minor in environmental and economics and sustainable development that's offered in along with business, in arts, sciences, natural resource sciences, tourism. So there is a wide variety of choices that are provided to both students who are doing the BBA and students doing their degree in arts and other disciplines.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I know that you will. What I'm hearing is first couple of years, really broad base, and then after that, the higher level courses gives you an opportunity to focus in on more specific areas that you want to pursue.
Yes, within the BBA, of course, the first couple of years, if they are going to pursue a Bachelor of Business Administration, they need to take some core lower level business courses as well. But, we give them a wide foundation so that they are, more widely, they are able to think widely. They're able to, when they go into real world situation, they're able to deal with situations that go beyond just learning technical skills.
Right, yeah, because people do business with other people, and as much as you have to take care of the accounting and the Excel spreadsheets and all that other stuff, personal interaction is very important. All right, so let's crack out our crystal ball here and look into the world of business and the needs that are being displayed now. For the next few years, is there any specific area of the business sector that has got the widest opportunities? In other words, what is the marketplace demanding for students that are considering a career in business? Which way might you counsel them to go based on the biggest need?
Well, when we counsel students, one important thing is to get a good understanding of where their personal interests and strengths are.
Yeah.
So since we have a flexible program, even starting from the certificate level, that where students taking a certificate can ladder into diplomas and diplomas can ladder into degrees, fairly seamless transition with very little in terms of extra credits that they have to take. So one way of counseling students is to take them through the different types of programs that we have. And then within the program, let's say the undergraduate student, wishing to take the BBA, does the student have strengths in numbers? Do they like numbers? We might, stream them into accounting or finance. Do they like to deal with complex economic issues? We might stream them into a major in economics. Recently, we're finding that there is a lot of interest in human resources because organizations need, in order to operate smoothly, a good foundation, especially large organizations, but sometimes even smaller organizations. So what the school is doing or has been doing over the years is being responsive to the needs of the marketplace.
Right.
So we've created a new venture creation major very recently.
New venture creation,
which
so
is
startup entrepreneurs.
Right. We are close to getting approval for a supply chain management specialization within the Bachelor of Business Administration. So these are some of the examples, the way in which the school is responding to the needs of the world around us, not just the immediate world, but the greater world. We're talking globally, because the School of Business and Economics is also the recipient of the largest number of international students within Thompson Rivers University.
That's something else. So I'm interested to know, how does a decision about implementing new programs come about? In other words, how do you determine what the marketplace is asking for? Do you just talk to your buddy when you're out at the restaurant, or is there a wider source of information from which you derive decisions?
Well, it's a sort of a multiple pronged sort of approach, I would say. The faculty is one important driving force in terms of decision regarding where the business School of Business and Economics would go. When we see what's happening worldwide in university education and faculty being connected to the business education around the world, would be one important source of where we would go. We have international partners, so we learn from our partners where global demand is going. We study and research in terms of where business education is going globally. And of course, the school administration and the university administration, we have TRU World.
Right.
They are our sort of censor in the international market. So we bring all this together, and then we sort of find some guiding principles as to
there's a need here, let's fill it. There's a need here, let's fill it. Outstanding. So again, words to the wise to perhaps some of our high school students. What courses should they really be concentrating on in order to give themselves the best segue into post-secondary education at Thompson Rivers University?
Well, I would say there are certain basic skills that are fundamental to being successful in any discipline in post-secondary education. And the two most important ones that I would emphasize is language and mathematics. So good, strong language skills, communication, and good mathematical skills, which is logic that you would need for every discipline. And if you add science to it, even though a student may not go into science education, but a good, strong science background would help cultivate the logical skills as well. But most important, language and math.
It's a global globe we're working on these days, and I tell you, folks like Hafiz and his team at the Thompson Rivers School of Business and Economics can really help you get prepared to take on that global economy. Hafiz, are there any questions about Thompson Rivers School of Business and Economics that I haven't asked that you were kind of hoping I would?
Well, one of the things that I might want to add is the phenomenal growth that we've had in the last number of years. The number of students have grown, outpaced the growth of students at TRU, at Thompson Rivers University. The business school has grown, and also the success in terms of internationalization of the Thompson Rivers University School of Business and Economics has been a leader in that. So we may have touched upon these.
But we can't reinforce it too much. When you've got so much to be proud of, I don't blame you for wanting to reinforce that fact. Huge percentage of the school body is at the School of Business and Economics. Huge percentage of the international students are there. And for people in our region, we know what a valuable driver the entire TRU economy and basis is. All right, Hafiz, there are several individuals in the global business world these days that, whether painfully or not, are starting to understand that a degree, a diploma, opens up many, many doors in the world of business. Perhaps people that are more experienced, like myself, that don't have that kind of accreditation, they might want to have a consultation with Thompson Rivers University about getting that degree or diploma that they didn't get in their younger days. How would somebody go about doing that?
There are a number of ways that one could go about doing that. Just getting in touch with writing it to admissions would open doors to information regarding the programmings that we have. Our website is an excellent source of information, and people who have been out and about are now well versed into finding information or looking for information. So websites provide the wide range of choices that we have. Now, people who are at a distance from the physical location of the university might want to consider open learning as an option.
Yeah, we never even talked about that. What is open learning?
Well, open learning is a means of individuals who would want to pursue education in terms of having an interest in a certain area or pursuing a certificate, diploma, or a degree without having to be at a classroom at a certain time. And so the distance education provides an opportunity for people to do that. There is also, if those who have had working career and they have done some significant number of years of service or have had employment history and have learned certain skills by working, they may even apply for prior learning assessment and be able to get credit for their work experience.
So real world skills and experience helps us get towards that diploma that we're chasing.
One other advantage of open learning is that a typical individual is able to pull courses taken from various places and put them together in order to constitute credit towards a degree. Open learning needs a lot less residency requirement, so that you don't have to take as many courses at TRU open learning as you'd have to take for a face-to-face degree. And so those who have moved in their time, taken courses from various places but never got to complete a degree or a diploma, they can pull them all together, have open learning assess those, and then hopefully get credit for all the courses that they may have taken.
Hafiz, we've talked about the global marketplace. We've talked about perhaps some folks a little later in life returning to the world of education. But there's another component of a major Thompson Rivers University initiative that I feel is very important that we talk about, and that's the association and the relationship with First Nations in our area. Thompson Rivers University is really reaching out to the First Nations to help them move at the speed of business as well.
Yes, the university has created a First Nations service plan, and also partnered with First Nation communities. And in the last few years, some new programming has come into place. Two in particular, with regard to the School of Business and Economics participation, have been Certificate in First Nations Applied Economics. And the second one is Certificate in First Nations Taxation Administration.
Oh boy, yeah.
And the second one in particular is in response to the needs that's been identified by the First Nation Tax Commission.
A lot of different tax laws as it relates to First Nations, and Thompson Rivers University is facilitating that knowledge to to make sure that they're doing it right and are qualified to do so.
Yeah, and if I may add, this certificate is been approved to be offered both face-to-face and also by distance education through Open Learning.
There's another open learning opportunity for you as well. And that, I know that TRU has captured the attention of other post-secondary institutions and other First Nations communities, and they're kind of keeping an eye to see how this all works out, aren't they?
Yes, and by offering it through Open Learning, it is hoped that there will be an interest in these programs across the nation, beyond our immediate regional areas.
So the advice I'm hearing is go to the website www.tru.ca, get as much information as you can on the readily available information, and there's lots of people there that will answer questions that we have.
Yes, Open Learning, you'd find telephone numbers, contact information, and anybody can call and inquire, and they'd be guided as to what kind of information that they need to provide.
There you go. So get yourself armed with the facts. Where am I today? What do I have? What do I need to get to where I want to get to? Thompson Rivers University is a great place to get all of that done. www.tru.ca. All right, Hafiz, last round of questions here for you because it's something that I'm very interested in. All of us at the Race to a Million and Canada's Mastermind Development Corporation insist that all of our participants and staff members take a philanthropic approach. We want to give back to charities. All of our teams in the Race to a Million represent charities. I was, I guess I shouldn't say surprised, but pleasantly surprised to find out that the Thompson Rivers University School of Business and Economics also carries that mandate. You guys are big charitable contributors, aren't you?
We are. We support various initiatives, and this is sponsoring this event is we take it as our social responsibility. We also sponsor other events such as or awards such as Young Entrepreneurship Award given through the Chamber of Commerce. So we do. We recently, our faculty have been raising money in order to ship books to universities, halfway across the globe.
Wow.
Where books are donated, and we're raising money in order to, ship them out. We also, students and faculty also team together to consult businesses, for-profit and not-for-profit businesses in the area as well. So we've done, our students and faculty team have done a number of consultations for and not-for-profit business.
Go giving back to the community with great economic returns as a result of the economic driver, giving back to the community through philanthropy, and giving back all around the world. We're just so pleased that Thompson Rivers University School of Business and Economics has joined us in our endeavors of trying to inspire entrepreneurs to get into the world of business, letting them know that their efforts can actually amount to something that, who knows, might change the world at the end of the day. And I know that that's something that TRU carries with them all the time. Hafiz Rahman has been our guest. He is the Associate Dean of the Thompson Rivers University School of Business and Economics. We'll see you at the mall on March the 5th, right, Hafiz?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.